Yo, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm gonna show y'all a little bridge to one of Hezekiah Walker's song, Power Belongs to God. At the end, it got a nice little progression, but I'm gonna show you how you can just add some borrowed chords in that. So we be in the key of D. Honestly, I don't even know what key the song in, but this is, I mean, you gotta stretch out in different keys anyway, so I know D is one of those keys a lot of people try to get away from. So we got D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp. So the progression would be 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, flat 7, and then we're gonna do like a 3, 6, and then that's gonna be our turnaround to get back to the progression again. So the chords we're gonna use, we got an E minor 7. So it's like, there is nothing too hard for God. So that's all, these are all 7 chords. E minor 7, F sharp minor 7, to G major 7. And then when we come down here, we're gonna alter this chord. So we're gonna do, there is nothing too hard for God. Nothing. We're gonna do a tritone over that. So this chord will actually be, that's a F sharp augmented 7 with a sharp 9. So if you look left hand, I'm playing that stretch again. But this is what's going on in the bass. But if you have a bass player, you would just play it like that. So we'll play them chords again. There is nothing too hard. And I'm gonna alter these chords too eventually, but just to show you the basic. Nothing too hard for God. Nothing too hard. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. It's like right there. So so that's all. So let's look at that chord too. So we got F sharp, A sharp, D, F sharp again, and then an A natural. So that's the chord we playing. And then this E, we putting that down there in the bass. So that's how it's looking. So there is nothing too hard for God. Power. So over the 1, you're gonna do a 1 major 9. So that's all I'm playing. So in the left hand, I'm playing the D and the F sharp. In the right hand, I'm playing A, C sharp, and E. So an A major chord. So that's one way you can look at how to voice a major 9 chord. You just playing the 5 major chord of whatever your root note is. So if I play E, B would be the triad that I would put on top of that to form a major 9. And you hear that a lot, especially in jazzy songs. Like they do chords like this. So those major 9s, when you hear that, you know what they're playing. So that's something you always want to know, be able to identify certain sounds. If you hear this, you should know you hearing a major chord. If you was in your car and you listening to the radio and you heard chords like that, you know those are just major triads. And then if you hear this, you should be able to tell that they're playing minor triads. And then if you hear this, once you get used to playing major 9s, you would know, oh, that's a major triad sound. So there is nothing. So the first 3 chords, this is what I would do. So just keeping the melody on top. There is, and I wouldn't do a whole lot of embellishment. I would keep just holding them chords down because this is groovy. So you think about the bass going, the drums, you might have a guitar player, and the singing on top of it. It's just something you just really lay back and just let the song do the work. So And then remember, F sharp is my bass, but I'm not playing it. So I'm thinking rootless as far as my chord voicings, but in my mind, I'm also hearing that note being played. So you don't always have to get every bass note. Nothing. So that's one of the alterations I want to show y'all. So right there, it's still that same chord, the F sharp augmented with the sharp 9. But I just did a chromatic move to get to that D major. So in the left hand, we are playing this tritone. So we playing the 7 and the 3 of F sharp, which is our root note of this chord. So you got your minor 7 and the 3, and then in the right hand you have forming this over a D major is formed over the augmented 5th of F sharp. So this is the 5th, this is the augmented 5th, and you just form a triad major chord over that. So what I did, I just went down chromatically and then just went up to the D. So it give you that, it's just a little more sauce. So let's hear that again. So let me show you these. I didn't show y'all those chords. There is nothing. So this is, now we changed this. This is an E major. What we got? It's like an E major 11 or E minor 11. My bad. So you got E, G, A, which is the 11, B, D, F sharp, and then the 11 again is doubled up here. So. And sometimes I'll cluster that too. So it's just adding a lot of color in there. And then right here it's just just like an F sharp minor 9. As I'm throwing this in there, add a little chromaticism. So there's nothing to Africa. And then what we got here, G major 9. So I'm playing G and A with the left hand, and then I'm playing B, D, F sharp, A with the right, which is like it's a B minor 7, like over G. That's one way you could look at it, but I mean the chord is a G major 9. And then that takes us to this chromatic move. Oh no, that's it. Yeah. So there is nothing too hard for God. Nothing too hard for God. Power. So that's the major 9, D major 9, then it takes us to C major 9. So remember, we just playing whatever our root note is, you go up a 5th. So if I'm on D, go up to the A and form a major triad, and that gives me a major 9. And then if I go down to C, you play G, and that's a major 9. And then the colors that you're getting from this chord, you're getting a 5, a major 7, and then you're getting a 2 or a 9. So you just don't have the 3 in there, which you could throw that in there too, because that's how I was voicing it. So all that. There is nothing too hard for God. Nothing too hard for God. Power belongs to God. And to the turnaround. So there is so play that same chord that we get over the 3. So there is the only difference, sometimes I do this, but just for melody's sake, because that's what you're doing. That's what the top note should be, but sometimes I will throw that in there, and then so it sound like, so it's like there is, but it's supposed to be there is. So you can do it like this. There is. So left hand, we playing F sharp, E, A sharp. And this time I really am playing that bass note, but like I said, if you have a bass player, you can still, even with this, you could just do. So it's just a chromatic move down, or you can just play it. So if you don't, so that's learning both ways, because you might not have a bass player, so you want to play it full. And those chromatic moves are always, you know, available to you when you go in a certain chord. So if I did, it just adds a little more flavor to it, to your playing. So there is, let's what did we play these chords? I think this is the same one as the first, as we did before. So augmented 7 with a sharp 9, F sharp augmented 7 with a sharp 9, and this right here will be a B augmented 7 with a sharp 9. So we got B, a D sharp, A, D, which is the sharp 9. We have the augmented 5th, and then another B up here. So there is, and all I'm doing is adding that B. But if I just did it like that, same thing, really. So there is nothing too hard for God, nothing too hard for God. You could do power belongs to God. You do stuff like that. Nothing. So that time I just went chromatically. I went up because I know I'm going to this D, but so you can go, you can ascend to it or descend to it. So let me show y'all that. There is nothing too hard for God. Nothing, and then I guess. So that's one way. Nothing. So you can go, or I'm gonna try something else too, just to see how this sounds. Nothing. If I did, if I did, just do 2 tritones too, instead of. I think it sounds great just hitting that tritone when it's time, but that can work too. Nothing too hard for God. Nothing like too hard for God. Power belongs to